Podcasting has taken over as a platform in social media by storm. Sports, lifestyle, cooking, entertainment, you name it, there's a podcast for it. And that means there are podcasts that appeal to all ages. One Savannah 12-year-old started his own podcast recently. He told me he wants to broadcast professionally, so we brought him in studio. Why don't you come in here, Kaden? He's going to tell us what him and his family are doing with this podcast. Kaden, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Jeff. My name is Kaden Shuman, host of Spotlight with the Shumans. It's a podcast me and my father started in last June where we interview local athletes and coaches about the impact they're making in the community.
Yeah, Kaden and his father, Kiani, were both kind enough to tell me a bit more about their experience with this project last week, and I am delighted to tell the story. Take a look. Kaden Shuman grew up loving sports. At 12 years old, he's expressing that love in a unique way.
I don't like to talk about me, I like to talk about other people. So it kind of makes me happy when I can talk about other people and how they succeed.
Kaden talks about other people on his podcast, Spotlight with the Shumans.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
The idea started when he showed interest in local athletes competing in the Coastal Empire in Low Country.
I think I would say about 2 years ago, we noticed when we started following the guys in high school on social media. My wife and I decided that we wanted to do a podcast where we could kind of sit down with the athletes and mentors around Savannah and kind of get their perspective on sports.
Their perspective helped Kaden fulfill a calling. While enjoying the product on the field, it's the production off of it he connected with the most.
I started watching NFL, college. I would to listen to the commentators, and I just liked the sound of it, of the interviewing stuff of it.
Not only has it allowed Kaden to break out of his shell,
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Spotlight with the Shumans.
but it's also given the entire family an opportunity to grow in a different way.
My dad first, my dad started to do it, and then my mom, and then my sister even encouraged me. So yeah, it was a lot of help from them.
Just to be able to go to sports game with him and just to experience just being with him as a father, to experience that with your son. I mean, I love it. Love being with him. I love shooting. I can't ask for no more.
Spotlight with the Shumans is just getting started. Going into a new year is a time for the family to reflect, and it lets Kaden preach his lesson of patience.
I hope that the stuff that I'm instilling in him, when he have kids, he can remember all this stuff and kind of give it to his kids and do better than what I did.
You can do many things at a time as long as you're just patient. Don't go ahead and rush it. Be patient, and you can do anything at a time. So.
What a cool project with your dad, Kaden. Why don't you tell us and the folks at home a bit more where they can tune in to see previous videos and new ones coming up?
You can check out Spotlight with the Shumans on YouTube. That's where we all post our new episodes.
Well, Kaden, I appreciate you taking the time to join me in studio this evening. And when the broadcasting career of yours takes off, you are welcome back to join us anytime. Why don't you close us out?
Thanks, Jeff. That's all for sports. The news at 6 will be right back.